I'm just going to talk about the news a bit. That's what I like to do in dead time, like the first 10 minutes of class. Doesn't start officially for 10 minutes. So let me see if there's any news to talk about. Yeah, a few things sort of fun. All right, so I'm teaching this class at Europe, Black Hat Europe, the cryptography and blockchain security. So that's where we'll have the executives going, I reckon. That's the idea. Our whole gang is going to go over to Europe in November and do it, so that's good. We've been doing Black Hat USA for about 3 years, but now for the first time we got to go to Black Hat Europe. Black Hat Asia, I've not yet gotten into, but of course COVID's been in the way for that. Anyway, they arrested the pharmacist for selling fake vaccine cards. And by the way, I see people joining the Zoom, and you can use the Zoom if you like, but if you want to see the visuals, you have to go to Twitch, so I'll just put that in the chat. Anyway, so fake vaccine cards. When I got my vaccine card, I had the same response as everybody else. I look at this thing and I say, boy, that looks like you could easily just print that in Microsoft Word, and in fact, you easily can. So there's a bunch of fake ones for sale for people who hate the vaccine. Anyway, they're arresting people for selling the fake ones now. And here's the kind of stuff that happens. There's this chemical used as a horse dewormer called Vaccination or something. I don't remember the name of this thing. But it's remember, Trump pushed hydroxychloroquine, which was supposed to cure you from COVID, and it turned out it didn't. But a bunch of people bought it. And this is a new one, which apparently is actually dangerous. And people are buying the horse dewormer at veterinary stores and taking it and getting sick and stuff because it's the latest thing. They think it's going to cure COVID. It is pretty horrible in America. You know, when we actually have a really good vaccine available for free, that people just believe lies about it, and then they go take horrible junk instead that doesn't work, can make them sick. But that's where we're at. Anyway, and now the thing here was it's actually Tennessee County actually told the members of their county government to take this because it's the answer. Because, you know, a lot of red state officials believe all these lies about the election and the vaccine and such. So DEF CON required vaccination to attend, and it was really very good. There was a place you went to be checked. They'd check your card. They'd give you a armband. Yeah, the hydroxychloroquine was moderately safe, I think, safer than the dewormer. They both are things that are actually used in humans to some extent. But what that article said about the dewormer is it was shown in like a petri dish to kill COVID, but that would only be at a dosage that would be harmful for humans. So, yeah, I forget the name of the dewormer. It's ivermectin or something like that. It's the latest hot right-wing thing to take. For some reason, they got tired of hydroxychloroquine. Yeah, I mean, but both of them are things that humans do take sometimes in some dosage for other conditions. So it's not like they're straight up poisons, but they have not been shown to have any useful benefit against COVID, whereas the vaccine has been proven to be fantastically effective. You know, you have a really good drug to take if you want one, and they take some other drug for no good reason. Yeah, ivermectin, I think that's it. Yeah, it's approved. Yeah. And so was hydroxychloroquine approved for something like, malaria or something? They both have some use. Cannabis kills COVID. You know, I was thinking about that. You know, why don't, if you're going to, hippies, the left-wing people also have strange drugs they take, but they're a lot more fun than these strange drugs, you know. Anyway, although I haven't heard anybody claim that cannabis would cure COVID. Anyway, all right, so they required vaccination at DEF CON, and it was really very good. They had a bunch of people. It was great. There wasn't much of a line. You just go right in, they check your card and give you a bracelet. You wear the bracelet, and then you can get a ticket. And they check that everybody has bracelets all the time, and everybody had to wear masks all the time. And as far as I can tell, nobody got COVID at DEF CON. There were at least 8,000 people there for several days indoors. And a bunch of people came home and took tests, and all the people I see say it came out negative. And all the people I went with, none of us seemed to have any sickness from it, so it seemed to work. So Consumer Electronics Show is going to do the same thing. A lot more people are doing this, just require vaccination from everybody. I hope this takes on, because they've done surveys, and they find a whole lot of Americans would take the vaccine if they had to, like go to concerts and stuff. It's not like they really believe all that crap, they just can't be bothered. And if you made it sort of annoying not to take it, they would take it. So I'd like to see them require it to airplanes and schools and museums and just everything. Anyway, this one's kind of cute. So the two-slit experiment works like this. You have waves come in and they make these interference patterns. And if you could have two telescopes and mix the light directly from the two telescopes, you could get high resolution in one direction. And what they're going to do now is use quantum storage units. It's basically a quantum hard drive. They're going to have two telescopes very far apart, like thousands of miles, and they're going to record the complete quantum state of the light here with a quantum hard drive, and then record this one with a quantum hard drive, and then sneaker net them together and mix it there to get the interference pattern. And the end result is they should be able to make an effective telescope with a baseline of thousands of miles clear across the Earth. And then they'd be able to get very high resolution pictures of astronomical objects. So we'll see if that works. They made ignition in nuclear fusion with inertial containment. They put a bunch of deuterium and tritium in some kind of container. They blast it with a laser so it gets really hot really fast, and it doesn't, before it has time to move out, it causes fusion there. And they managed to reach real ignition where it creates a somewhat sustained reaction for a brief period of time there. So this is a demonstration of it being possible to really hit the temperature in the center of the sun for a brief period of time here. And it does not yet a practical fusion power plant, but it is a big step in that direction. I've heard people claiming that we will have real fusion power plants by like 2035. That would really be great. A lot of power, no nasty pollution from it. So that would be great if we could accomplish that. Corellium is the virtual machine for iOS. I teach a mobile device hacking class, and we do mostly Android, because you can easily make a virtual machine running Android, but you can't really make a virtual machine running iOS. I have to buy a bunch of old used iPhones or something to hack, and it's really irritating. And Corellium makes a really good virtual machine iOS, and it's very expensive. But for some reason, they're giving it away free to journalists, which is an interesting idea, so that journalists can do research to find out how safe their iOS apps are. So it seemed to me like they would also have to pass it over to some degree to security researchers. But anyway, Corellium is trying to support all the journalists, because many, many stories are coming out about people that buy malware, put it on journalists' iPhones, and track them down, their sources, and perform human rights abuses and such. So anyway, let's see. The epidemic spread. This video was made early on, but I really like it. Let's see what this is. Simulating an epidemic. Oh.
I want to share with you a few simulations that model how an epidemic spreads. There have recently been a few wonderful interactive articles in this video.
Oh, okay. Neat. Yeah, explaining how it spreads. Yeah, that's a good idea. Sure. That's a fun one. Yeah, sure. That's a fun one. Here, I'll throw it in the chat if people want to see that. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Good idea. I'll throw it on my news links. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Yeah. Got a journalism degree. That's great. Yeah. Maybe you could get one. Well, might check it out. Might be fun. Yeah. I don't think I can claim to be a journalist, but I wish my students could get it and we could use it for doing iPhone security. Anyway, San Francisco is opening with their COVID-19 rules. The city college is not really open. One of my friends heard that it was open on the news, but when I went there, it was pretty much shut up. It's just open for a small number of classes, and the doors are locked, and there's no way to just wander in. But the high school and grade school is, I guess, opening. We're going to see how it goes. Anyway, now we're up to 10 minutes after. So let me stop this